Fast through the training for today.
Okay,
So we don't have that much left, but there is still quite a few things that I do want to go through.
sure.
So we're done with the unit customization, dragging and dropping, doing all the units and modifications and such,
Yeah.
as well as then saving them into the catalog with all the overrides and such.
Right.
So what I'm going to show you now is I'm going to go through floors, ceilings, tops, and moldings quickly.
Right.
Sorry, just give me a second. I'm going to take you through floors, ceilings, tops, molding, and cross section quickly, just show you what all of those options do.
Right.
And then afterwards of that, I'm going to show you quickly how catalog editor works. So I'm just going to delete all of this quickly. I'm just going to design a quick little square room. So like this, and I'm going to go with 3000. That should be fine. So to draw a floor, it's very easy. There's one of two ways. You can either say auto build floor or new floor. Auto build floor checks your room size and it automatically creates a floor for you throughout the entire room.
Okay.
On this now, you can still go and you sorry, you can't just go and select the floor. It won't allow you to. You have to be in floors and then you can go and select it. Then you can go and right click properties. In here now, you can go and change the texture of the floor. So you can go and say, okay, but I want a marble floor. And you can also go and change the elevation of the floor as well as the thickness of the floor, which I will show you a good example of why that will be useful now. And I can change the name of the floor. Comment and parameters, you're never really going to use parameters, especially comment. You can go and add specific comments on the floor if you need to. But the main thing that we're going to be doing out of floors is we're going to be designing multiple floors. So I'm going to go say there, new floor. I'm going to press there in the corner. It's going to drag a line. I'm going to go half of the room, press, drag down, press, drag down, click, and then I'm just going to close it. I'm going to press escape, save new shape, yes, and there's a floor designed. On this floor now, I can go and do edit shape. On this edit shape now, I can still go and add a chain line, for instance, drag it down, there, and there. Trim that line away, return, save new shape, yes, and I can add the cutouts into the floor if I need to. Alternatively, I can go and bend lines. I can take this line and I can bend it. All right. Now, on this floor as well, I can go quickly. Okay, I'm actually going to design a new floor without this cutout. I'm going to delete this one. And I'm going to design two floors. I'm going to design one here from there. And before I start designing the second floor, I'm going to save this one. New floor. Drag, place, drag, place, drag, place, and then there. And I'm going to save these two floors. Now I have two floors. But now what I want to do is I want them to curve into each other. And I want this floor to be higher and this one to be standard. Now the way that I achieve that is I select this one, right click, edit shape. And now I can also go and select this line, right click, and I can break it into two equal segments. So now it's two separate lines. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say bend this one that way, bend this one that way.
Right.
I'm going to return yes. Now I'm going to go into this side floor. I'm going to select this one again, break it into two equal segments, select this one, bend, and you'll see it snaps automatically. Bend this one, snaps automatically. I'm going to press escape, yes. Now I can go and select my two separate floors. Just going to go into full mode just to show you better. Right click properties. This one I'm going to change to timber. I'm just going to texture mode. And this one can stay like that just so that they're separate.
Yeah.
So now I have this wonkily designed floor. But what I can do now is I want to make a little step between these two floors. To do that, I can go and select this floor. Well, I have to be in floors, properties. And you'll see now there it has an elevation of minus 6.5, but a thickness of 6.5.
Yeah.
We do that so that the top of the floor is flush with the bottom of the wall. So all I'm going to do is with this one, I'm going to make this thickness plus 50. So I'm going to say there plus 50,
And that should be the elevation.
and that makes a little step.
Yeah.
So you can use that to create little steps between your floors and to elevate them wrong, or you can actually even make a semi staircase up against cabinets or such, just using that simple little trick.
The flow feature.
Correct. Now, most of the floor customization is going to be coming from inside the floor as such, but if you go into 3D mode, you can still select the floor and you can change the texture
Yeah.
and you can change the finished color.
Okay.
So you can still change the design, texture, and finished color of the floors in 3D view. Right. So floors, very simple, very straightforward. Honestly, not that difficult. Ceilings works exactly the same. You can either say auto build ceiling, and it covers your entire room with a ceiling.
But you're not doing the auto roll function at all at this stage.
No, it's just the auto fill.
Okay. Now I'm saying the auto build function for both floating and
You
walls.
can use it. If you
Okay.
don't need to create customized units, you just need to create a single standard floor throughout your job, auto build floor,
Okay.
and just
So
change the
there's no
texture.
bugs on there or anything.
No.
Okay. Cool. Ceiling.
Ceiling, I'm just going to delete this one. And then
And
I
to
can,
create this sort of ceilings, we can do the same thing.
for that, you design a part, you design a unit in the catalog, and you design it with, and you name it a bulkhead, you say it in your catalog, and you rather place a bulkhead there. For the ceiling like this, what you can do is you go and you say new ceiling. I can drag it from there to there,
Corner to corner.
to there, to there. But now the problem is I can't add a cutout
Yeah. Right. I see.
in there. I can go and say, just like a, so what you can do there is you can go drag a ceiling from there to there, to there, to there, save it, drag then a ceiling from there to there.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay. So you build it as four separate pieces.
Build it as four separate pieces.
And then you set the different, like how what you do with the floors, you set the different heights.
Yes. So you can now go with these. So now you have a floor, a ceiling that looks like that.
Correct.
Now in your texture mode, if it's a solid color, you won't really see the lines and
Yeah.
such. So it won't really make
The
an
difference
issue.
in
Otherwise, you can miter them in the corners. Just get the correct values. But now the problem with this is I can still go in properties and change the elevation, but I cannot change the thickness. The thickness is locked. You cannot change that.
Can you put multiple ceiling heights?
You can put multiple settings.
But you got to change them at different heights as you go.
I can still now go here,
And
design a new.
put one at 2.8, for example. But then you got to keep exaggerating your wall heights.
I can do this, 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 this. Yes, there I now have two ceilings and This one I can go
So
and
there's no
take.
bulkheads for ceilings as such. No.
No.
Okay.
You
All right, that's
can no,
fine.
the way that you do that, what I tried explaining earlier,
Yeah.
is you design a cabinet. You take a wooden block.
Yeah.
You design it just as a wooden block and you put the thickness up and you save it into your catalog as a bulkhead
And you change the
that you
texture.
then use. And you
So
just
you can.
assign a locked material on it.
Correct. Okay.
That's the easiest
That
way
looks
to
good
do it.
though. If it needs to be done.
Just rather focus on the basic stuff for now
Yeah.
before we get to the advanced things.
So this falls under advanced.
Yes, because it's
Okay.
custom parts you
Yeah,
need to
right. I
create
see
and
what
it's
you're saying.
stuff that we do not cover now with training.
Thank you for that.
So with your ceilings, you can do exactly the same as what you do with your floors. You can design them exactly the same way. They work exactly the same way. Only difference is on your ceilings, you cannot change their thickness in the properties. You can only change their elevation.
Right. Oh, that's fine.
That's all you can do with
Yeah.
them. Right. Now for countertops, they work pretty much still the same. So I'm just going to add a few cabinets here.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Add one there, add one there, and add two there. Now, if I go to tops and I say auto build tops, it's going to ask me select auto build operation, entire room or current wall face. So if I say entire room, it goes and checks where all my base units are and it builds a countertop
Okay.
automatically
Okay.
over them.
Right.
If there's units that's attached to each other, it'll build a countertop straight over.
Sure.
If there's units single standing, it'll build just for them. And for these, it'll just build one for them.
Right.
Now, with the countertops, I can also still go, I'm just going to delete all of these and say new top. And I can design a countertop manually. So I'm going to go like this all the way through to there, snap it to there, 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 return yes. And that builds me up a countertop right around.
And I think the one thing you said is it builds in the splashback automatically, not in
If
the
you say
sense.
auto build,
Ah,
then it
okay.
automatically builds that
The little
splashback.
splashback.
But now you can still go to your countertop.
Yeah.
If it does not add a splashback or profile correctly, you
Right.
can select it, right click. Now there's a few options you can do here. First one is you can
Okay.
go to properties,
Yeah.
you can change the description, you can change the material,
Right.
you can change the construction, you can change the edge profile, you can change the splashback height,
Right.
you can change
Okay.
the
Just send it to 600 for now, or 700. Let's see what it is. Oh, good. And if you wanted to return wherever how did you do that? Or how would we?
how do you mean return?
You went throughout the room or throughout the space, from left to right, throughout the walls,
All
wherever.
around.
Yeah, all around.
I'm
That's
still
right.
getting to that. You're
Okay.
jumping the gun a little bit.
Sorry. Okay, good. Yeah. Continue. Okay, you change the 100, right?
Comment, you can add a comment onto the
Yeah.
countertop. Dimensions, you can select your dimension mode for the countertop. Cutouts, it will show you if you do have cutouts on it, and then overrides if you have an override on it. Now you can also go here, edit splits, and you can go and add splits in the countertop. And what that does is it splits the countertop then into multiple pieces.
Pieces. Right.
So now you can actually go tops. I'm just going to delete this one again. I'm just going to redraw it. I'm just going to draw it around again. Now I can also go here, add cutout, and it's going to ask me distance from left end to top to cutout center. I'm going to say there 1500. Distance from the back of the top to cutout center, I'm going to say 300. So that's the distance from the back. The width I'm going to make 500, and the depth I'm going to make 500 as well. And there it then adds a cutout into the countertop for you.
Right.
Now, for your units and such, you do not, for your zincs and such, you do not have to manually add a cutout. The zincs do it automatically. If you go to Objects, Appliance, Zincs 1 ball 1H, you'll see there it adds a cutout through the zinc, or through the countertop automatically.
Okay, I see.
Come on. Oh, thank you. Right. So on the tops, I can now also go and say edit shape. So I can use these functions, same as with the floors and the ceiling, edit the shape, or I can go and select all of my edges now, and I can tell them what they are. So for instance, this one is set to a splash. I want to set this one to a splash as well, and this one to a splash as well. This edge I want to set to a profile. That I want to set to a profile. Profile. Green is that one's already a profile, and this one I'm going to set to a profile. Return yes. And there are splashbacks all around, and I have my profiled edges on the sides.
Really specified, right?
Yes. There you go in. Make sure that you're in countertops, otherwise you cannot select the tops. Right click, edit shape, and then you can go and select your edges that you want to modify or change. Also, you can go and say edit, bringing you into the countertop face, plan, end, and 3D view, where you can go and take screen recordings or a render of just the countertop or such. But on the face plan and end view, there's not really a lot that you
What
can do.
do they normally do that report for the stonemasons?
You can print a report for that as well, yes.
Okay, oh, it's got a cutting list as well.
Countertops do not have a cutting list because they do not get manufactured out of cabinet vision. Cabinet vision manufacturers would not
No, but I'm
basically
saying
not.
the floor plan for this specific. I mean, that can be. Well, it's there already. That's fine.
No, I don't understand what you mean.
It's okay. No worry.
Okay. So with the countertops, you can also go and say delete all. If you have multiple countertops selected, you can say delete all objects or delete. So countertops, pretty simple, straightforward, not that difficult. Any other questions before we move on?
No, I don't interrupt you. I see you. Okay, you can move forward.
All right. Right there. Then for molding, works on the exact same principle. You can say auto build molding entire room, and then it adds molding for you across your entire room. Or you can say you can build your molding manually. I'm just going to delete all of this. Delete. It's all gone. Draw another room quickly. Alrighty. Molding, I can say new molding, but before you do that, make sure you select your type beforehand. So for instance, I want to draw a ceiling, and this ceiling molding is going to pull from what I selected here under ceiling.
For the new job.
I'm going to say new molding. I'm just going to drag a line through to there and like that. Save new shape. And there's my molding that it added for me. On this molding now, I can go into molding to select it. I can right click properties. Here I can now go and change my profile again. I can change my material. I can change my description and my elevation, and then the mirror profile vertical to flip it and horizontal to flip it and to rotate it upside down. I can add a comment if I need to, and there will be the overrides if I changed anything manually. So moldings, I can also go edit shape, and I can use this to add little cutouts for plugs or for cables or however, just to make the design look a little bit better. But you can use the X shaping CAD functionality there to do it as well. So shape, no, I just want to delete you. And then depending on the type that you select will dictate what molding you get. Right. Now with the molding as well in 3D view, you can select the molding. I'll just get a bit bigger one because my mouse is seemingly getting flat. It does not want to do what it needs to do. delete. I'm just going to add a ceiling, remolding, add it there. Yes, 3D view. Why does it now not want to? There we go. They are selected, and here I can also still go and change my finished color as well as my texture. Change it for your design aspects. So molding, top, ceilings, floors all work on exactly the same principle. They all work exactly the same.
Right.
It's just the different areas that they affect. Any questions regarding the moldings?
No.
All right. Then autofill is that function that I told you about earlier that you need quite a lot to set up for it to work. And for me to set that up now and to actually explain to you how it works, why it does not work, and why I would advise you to stay away from it is going to take us the remainder of the day. And there's still quite a few things that we need to go through. So what I want to show you now quickly still is the cross-section view. With the cross-section view, you have a view like this, and then you have a line here that you can then go and place where you want it to show the inside of cabinets or walls or placements or however, and it'll cut it straight through, and then you can see the interior of the unit. You can also go here between vertical and horizontal, so then you can view it from the top down. You can go and view it layer by layer by layer by layer, and you can hide certain items such as your walls, tops, molding, internal parts, backs, drawers, and such. So you can go and hide what you don't want to see in it and then just filter out what you need. And then you can view it with the cross-section view to get a nice in-depth, detailed view. Right. So on plan view, that's everything that we can do there. On elevation view, we still have a few extra things that we can still do from here. For instance, we can still go and place cabinets in the elevation view as such. We can still go into the cabinets and modify them as I showed previously, but now you'll see if I double click on it in elevation view, it does not take me into the cabinet, but opens up section, face, and interior
Yeah.
on elevation view. To change this, there's a setting in preferences that I earlier said we will come back to. That is under where was it now? I always forget where this thing is placed. Um, there we go. So under layout, edit, sections the assembly in the elevation, or edits assembly at the assembly level. Once I set that, and I say OK, and I double click, it takes me into the unit instead of
It's
section.
only once you activate that.
It's just that you just need to choose between the two.
Okay.
And then also I can go here to add molding on my elevation view, so I can go and design my molding however I want to give nice frame outlines for your units. And I can modify splashbacks as well. So if I have my countertops on, I'm just going to build a quick counter over these. Not going to be a very beautiful countertop, but that's fine. I'm going to have my splashback there at the back. However, I cannot access it from the plan view to change its height and depth and size and whatever. I need to go into elevation, splash, and then I can select it and I can edit it. So now I can change my edge profiles and such here as well. So I can give it a profile or finished, unfinished end, as well as changing its size and diameter, so its size here as well. Or I can go and say edit shape, and I can go and add shapes into it as well. All right, makes sense.
Yeah.
So splashback gets edited in the elevation view. If you go into plan view and you have not selected a wall to view, and you go into elevation view and you're on the wrong wall, you can go here and select
The different
the
walls.
walls that you want to go and view. Or you can just press there on the arrow and filter through. If you still cannot find your wall, like so, make sure
That's because you're in the outside.
that the little guy there is staring at you, then you're on the inside.
Yeah.
All right. Grain match can allow you to force lock grain matches on doors. So if you have a 3-drawer blank here, you can lock it.
Top and bottom, eh?
Yeah, you select cabinet
And you lock it.
specific.
Yeah.
Just to show you what is grain matched.
Mm.
Then also you have your cross-section view here, where you can now go vertically and cut through them to view the interiors. You can go to the back as well of the wall, and you can view both front and back of the wall if you have an island.
Right.
So then you can view both sides at the same time, and you can go wall face to view from the front, or you can go end to view from the side.
Sure.
So pretty straightforward. And that's then pretty much it for the elevation view as well. There's not really much else that I can cover with you right now, because if I go through,
Just before you get out of this, there was one question. Now that we put the profiles just for the exaggerated training purposes, if you were to match the splashback to follow the profiles, is there a quicker way of matching the profiles to the shape of the splashback to the profile?
no, you can
No, you
follow
can't.
the profile to the splashback. Because as
Okay.
soon as I go in here
Yeah.
to
You can't do
splash,
it the other way
you
around.
can't see the profile.
Yeah.
However, if you go and you add a profile, you can rather check where's the dimensions of the splashback and then go and design it. Because I just want to check, just want to
So we
take
can
this
exaggerate the splashback accordingly. And let, well, that's just
profiles.
for the purpose of
Hold
the
on,
training.
there we go. Countertop splash.
Yeah.
Just make sure that we can view it. Why is it not viewing? Just want to switch that on. There we go. There's my countertop viewable now.
Yeah.
I'm going to delete this one. I'm going to go new molding crown. And now I can go, just want to put my snapping points on. I can go now and say, there, new molding. From there to there, around my splashback,
Along with that.
down, yes.
And it should profile, right?
And then I can just make sure, because it's now the wrong way. So I'm going to mirror profile vertically to put it outside.
And it should appear. Okay.
So rather design your profiles around your
Yeah.
splashbacks,
Okay.
because it's easier to manipulate the splashback sizes, the
The
profile
profile
sizes, than it
size,
is the
yeah.
splashback size. Right. Right, so that's it for plan and elevation view. That's pretty much what we need to cover in the design itself of Cabinet Vision 4 today.
Okay.
The other stuff we only going to be doing on the third day of training, but we are not done for today.
Right.
I want to show you quickly how the CVCAT edit works, as well as how to create a backup and how to restore it. Please make a note of this. If ever you go and you want to play around in CVCAT edit, make a backup of Cabinet Vision first. Always. The reason for this is it's incredibly easy to accidentally delete entire catalogs while using CVCAT edit. And if you do not have a backup, we cannot restore that data. Then it's lost. Always before entering CVCAT edit. To create a backup, you go into your splash screen, utilities, and you go there to backup utility. You can just say for this no, it's prompting you to delete backups. I'm going to say no. Then make sure that nothing is on the side of ignore. Everything needs to be on the side of include. If it's on the side of ignore, select it, press on that little arrow
And
to
move
add
it
it.
over.
All you then do is you press save backup, you give it a name, and you say OK. Cabinet Vision will do its thing. Once it's done with the backup, it'll open up and just look like
How do
this.
most people they back it up for that date? They use a date to
You
back it
can
up.
name it whatever you want. You can put the date, you
And
can put a
how
name
frequently do you got to back it up?
once a week.
Oh, it's frequently is it?
Depends on how
Depending on
often.
how many jobs you capture.
No,
Yeah.
not jobs. The jobs do not control go into the backup. The jobs are
No.
saved separately.
Oh, I
The
see.
backup is for the data in Cabinet Vision. So a backup timeline depends on how much new things you bring into Cabinet Vision, how often you update your database. If you
Okay.
did not add anything for this week, you do not
It
need to
doesn't matter.
create a
Right?
backup.
Okay.
It's just if you do not create a backup and you only created a backup last year
Yeah.
and your Cabinet Vision crashes or something happens, your data gets lost, we cannot give you that data
Yeah.
back
Sure.
without a backup. So once your backup is saved, you can close that. To restore a backup, it's incredibly easy. Cabinet Vision needs to be closed. Then you go and right click on the icon, open file location, and then you go to CV restore. If my CV wants to work, it's a little bit down. CV restore. You open that. Then you'll see here backups. To get access to these backups to restore, they have to lay in a specific folder. Under Windows, Program Data, Hexagon, Cabinet Vision, Common 2025, Automatic Backups. Your backup files needs to lay there. Now, if you create a backup in Cabinet Vision, it'll automatically store the backup here. It'll always be here unless you manually move it. So once your backup is done and your backup file is laying there, I can go and say cd restore. I pause it now. CV restore. Select the backup that you want to restore. Make sure everything is ticked and say OK. Once the backup has been restored, this page will close automatically, and then you can go and open up your Cabinet Vision and your data should have been restored.
Okay.
Always create a backup before going into CVCAT edit. Remember this, please, because you guys, I've had so many support cases where clients accidentally deleted entire catalogs and then they want to fight with us because we can't give their data back because they never created a
How do they
database backup.
delete the?
I'm going to show you now. It's incredibly easy. So to go into CVCAT edit to modify your catalogs, you go open file location on the icon and you'll see it lays there. CVCAT edit, CV catalog editor. Now you'll see your entire catalog from Cabinet Vision, where your cabinets and such are is all here.
Okay.
You can now go here and create new catalogs, modify the existing catalogs, move stuff around, edit them, and such. So I'm going to take you through the whole scenario and I'm going to show you exactly how it works. So to create a new head catalog like this, you say there, new. Name, I'm just going to call this example catalog. Description, that's fine. Type, cabinet. If it's for decorative, set it as decorative. If it's for appliances, set it as appliances. If it's for cabinets, set it as cabinets. Never select modular. Modular is something completely differently that is just, it's not usable. It's not very user friendly and we never use it. So never select modular. Your door database you cannot link unless you select modular, and your tuple width also does not matter. Height and depth, leave it on 0 because then this catalog will always follow your job properties. So all I do then is I just give it a name, type what I need to type, that's it. And I say OK. Then you'll say your new catalog is here. This catalog I can now move up and down using the arrows
Oh wow. Okay.
on the top, and I can place it where I need it.
Right.
Now, to create extra folders underneath it like this, I can select it, press on the new button there,
Come below that.
give it the folder name. I'm just going to say base, give it an icon that I wanted to save with. I'm going to say base. There's my new folder. Now I can go and add a new folder under that folder as well. Base one door, give it an icon, and say OK. Now I have a folder there. To move this folder out of this one, I can use this arrow, left, moves it out. Then I have two freestanding folders. Now I can take this folder, move it down underneath this one, and placing it underneath this one again. So you can swap around folders as such. To delete a folder that you no longer need, this is where it gets tricky. If you want to delete just this folder, you probably think you're going to select there, delete. You press that little delete button. Because if you say there, delete, it's going to prompt, OK to delete base. Yes. But now if I want to delete this, I'm going to add a new folder underneath this one, just to give you the idea. I'm going to say OK. I'm going to say delete, delete, yes, boom, there's my entire catalog gone.
Right.
Because what that big delete button there does,
It deleted it completely from the directory.
Even if I have a folder placed underneath it,
Yeah.
if I select there and I say delete, it prompts me, OK to delete the head catalog. As soon as you say yes there, that catalog deletes.
Oh,
That's why it's
wow.
important to create a backup before you go into cdcat edit, because you'll accidentally press the wrong button there, delete an entire catalog, and then you guys are going to fight with us because your database is gone. And you don't have a backup, so you can't restore it. So to delete a small folder, press on the small delete
How much?
button.
How much of storage does this use on your PC? Very little, or?
Depends on your database size. It depends on user from
So
user.
if you take, for example, a man-made cabinetry, if you click on that one, for example.
You can't see the size of it.
No, I'm saying you copy that and rename it.
You can rename it.
Okay.
I'm going to get to that now.
Okay.
So to delete entire catalogs, press the big delete button.
Yeah.
To delete just folders, select the small blue button.
Right.
Now to rename the folder, you can select it. I'm just going to create another one, a head catalog for just to show you exactly how it works. Example. To rename this, I can just go there, internal name, and I can rename it and fix my spelling mistake. Description, custom catalog, type, cabinet, modular no, hide list no, hide cut list no. These you cannot select unless you say there yes for a modular catalog. So what the modular catalog does is you build your cabinet before you can place it. So you have to build manually every single one of your cabinets that you want to use. So we do not use modular.
Yeah, it's too tedious. We select from the cabinet library.
Correct. You can also go and rename this folder there. And just say, example.
Afternoon.
Now,
Right.
in this one, I'm going to add another folder. I'm just going to say there, delete. Okay. This one as well, I can just press on it and press and hold, and that'll allow me to rename, and I can say there, base,
Right.
creating a new one. Now, I can also go and take this entire catalog and make a copy of it.
Okay.
Make a copy, rename it, or I can just rename the existing one or however I want to.
Right.
Now, for the units in the catalog, there's all my units.
Right.
I can make copies of these units as well. Or I can just edit. Sorry, I was looking for that option. So on this unit, I can right click, I can say edit object, and it brings me into cabinet vision where I can make custom changes to this unit. Now, if I want to move or copy this unit, to a new folder, I can select it, drag, drop it over the other folder, and then it's going to prompt me copy to or move to. If I copy to, it creates a copy.
It creates a copy for it.
If I move it, it entirely moves. Now you can also go right click and you can say new assembly, prompting you to create a new assembly from scratch. To save it, but it's easier to create the assemblies in cabinet vision and save them in your new
As
catalogs.
opposed to doing from here.
as opposed to doing it from here. This is just to manage this, where everything's laying, where everything's put, what everything's named, because you can even name your catalog and your unit names here.
Yeah.
And say, new example. You can change your width, your height, depth, width, weight, volume, and here you need to go and say now, does it get used for autofill?
That's when you click for activate.
For the autofill function, yes.
Right.
And then you can right click, edit object, go and modify it if you need to.
Sure.
And if you want to delete it, you just right click, delete.
Okay, good.
So catalog editor is fairly simple to use. You can go and set up quite nice catalogs of your own, rename everything, move stuff around. But before you go and modify, create a backup. Right. So just to show you now with the example that I created now, I'm going to close this. It saves automatically, so you don't need to press anything to save. I'm going to open up my cabinet vision again.
It should be there.
There's my example catalog. There's my base folder. And there's my
And
cabinet.
there's your new example.
All right, so you can go and set up your catalog exactly how you want it, rename everything, place everything like you need it,
Right.
and set it up how you need it.
Sure.
Right. Not difficult to use. It's just be careful not to delete your entire catalogs.
Right.
Right. So standardly that's it for the day, but we still have about 2 hours left.
Which level? I mean, with the catalog that I've got here, it's
Yes.
quite comprehensive for now.
It's
more than
it's a
sufficient.
full catalog. Yes.
Yeah, I think if you've got a special, but I think from what I saw, it's pretty much quite compact. It's for a few edits basically. It's fine. Okay, we can move on to what it is.
All right. So standardly that will be it for day one.
Right.
We covered starting a job, job level, room level, assembly level, section editor, as well as now the
Oh,
catalogs.
we covered that. Okay, great.
Right. Now, normally it takes us a lot longer
Yeah.
because it's usually bigger groups and they ask more questions and they
Right.
keep me more interactive with the training.
Right.
But now, which we did not really have today.
Sure.
So what we can do, just to make sure that you covered everything and that you understand everything for the day. But before we continue,
Yeah.
do you have any other questions? Something that you would like me to cover again or show you again?
Well, what are we going to do after this now?
I'm gonna make you design a kitchen.
Yeah, that's perfect. We
Right.
can.
So what I want you to do is I'm gonna leave you to it.
Right.
Design just 4 walls,
This okay.
just 4 little walls.
Yeah.
Add a few base units.
Right.
Make one of them a drawer unit, one of them a 2-door unit.
One second. One second. So one door unit,
Yes.
one
Drawer
unit.
bank,
Yeah.
a pair door unit.
Okay. Door unit. Right.
Right. 2 tall units.
Two tool units.
You can design them however you want, so long as there is designs in them, shelves and drawers and however.
Right.
4 upper units.
Four upper units. Yeah.
One of them needs to have top opening hinges, top opening door,
Top left.
an exposed interior unit,
One exposed. Yeah.
a 2-door unit,
One two door unit.
and a 1-door unit.
One door unit. Okay.
With that,
Yeah.
full countertops on all the base units.
Countertops. Right.
Check and put in one of your put in a base unit with a oven in,
Oven. Yeah.
as well as a shoe cubby, a wine rack one,
Okay. Wine. Yeah.
and then you can add some profiles wherever just to make it look pretty,
Okay.
and then a split floor, so one design on the floors, like I showed you earlier.
Right.
And then once that's all done, just put a ceiling. That should pretty much cover all the basics of what we did today, just to make sure if you have any other questions or such, because that's pretty much how the test is going to be laid out as
if
well.
I can wrap this up, the test is done for today.
No,
No.
no.
Is there another test to this?
The test that I'm going to be giving you is quite comprehensive.
From this one.
Yes.
Okay.
I know this is just to make sure that we
Then,
covered all the basics, that you
sure.
understand everything that we did cover before I leave you blind in the test.